Trust that exactly where you are is where you're meant to be. So keep your chin up so your crown doesn't fall. Remember, you're royalty.
Hey girl, before we get started, make sure you go ahead and subscribe here to my channel and click on that bell notification so you're notified every time I post another video. Brandy said, wow, I was so drained after buying and trying all of these crappy trends and fads like avocado oil and actual food, mayonnaise, eggs, rice, etc. for natural hair care. By the time I was done buying all of this food for my hair care, I was confused. Like, damn. Am I taking care of my hair or buying ingredients to make a damn burger? I am so over it. Definitely learning that less is more and trying to take better care of myself from the outside in. No more crazy hair menus for me. And you guys, I'm never being rude and disrespectful, but that's why I always joke around like, are you a burrito? Are you a taco? Like, instead of us being burritos and tacos and Nacho Bill Grandes, let's just focus on our hair care. You said, y'all, Cyn Doll is truly a blessing, and I am not saying that to be nice. I'm speaking facts. I've been wanting to become a heat training natural for some years now, but every time I straighten my hair, it always reverts back or gets as straight and silky, or never gets as straight and silky as I would like, and it seems to be forcing my hair to be straight. I accept it. I guess my type 4 hair can do it. Fast forward, can't do it. Fast forward, I've been watching and learning a lot from Cyn Doll, and I can truly say that she knows what she's talking about. From the no wash and goes to the no oils to the no mixing and matching shampoo and conditioners to everything. I literally had to pause this video to run to my favorite heat protectant and read the directions, and it clearly says to use it on dry hair. I really feel so foolish. The natural hair movement was such a blessing and a curse, but I'm thankful for people like Cyn Doll, because let's be honest, she doesn't have to be giving her knowledge from years of experience in the hair industry, but from a 20-something-year-old who has never really been able to afford a salon visit and or could never really find one. With care and passion, you are truly appreciated, but you are making my relationship with my hair a little more easier, and that is my main objective, you guys, because to be honest, over the years we believe that hair care is the most complicated thing, and actually doing your hair and keeping up with the hair growth regimen is just as simple as brushing your teeth is. But because we don't know our hair, because we like to have certain arguments, it's always an issue. For example, one of the main things that everybody loves to say is like, oh well, everybody different. And the thing is, yeah, a lot of us are different. We do have different properties of our bodies, but for the most part, all of our bodies are the same. Everybody has the same heart, everybody has the same lungs, everybody has the same respiratory system, but everybody has different properties that has those different systems within the body working differently. And see, the problem with the natural hair community, or not just the natural hair community, we're all there. The problem with the place that we're at right now is the fact that we cannot separate what we want and our own desire for instant gratification with the actual science of the human body. Because for every person, it's like everybody's different. If something happens to your body and you get some type of illness, everybody's gonna go to the same exact doctor. Even though everybody's different, everybody's gonna go to the same exact doctor. So for the most part, if we can all understand the basic science of the human body, all of these other things would be non-existent, null and void, right? And it's not to get arguments or have arguments with people. The last video I made, I had somebody make a comment saying like, oh well, you know, in the past you talked about coconut oil, and in the past you talked about this, and they're referring to videos that I made 4 or 5 years ago, right? And I want you guys to notice, if you go searching across YouTube, you will not find any of those videos. Why? It is because when you know better, you do better. For example, like whatever degree you have right now that you went to school for, before you went to school and got that diploma, you knew nothing about that field. You didn't know, you didn't understand. So when I make videos, I come from a place of love, and I'm coming from a place of enlightenment only because I didn't understand these things until I went to research for myself. Yeah, I put certain foods in my body, and I loved coconuts, so I assumed that I could just put them in my head because I didn't understand the complexity of herbs. I did not understand the complexity of my body. I did not understand that even though we all pretty much have the same type of systems within the body, everybody's body runs differently, right? You can get 3 black women in front of each other and their hair can visually look the same, but they could be completely on different sides of the spectrum. For example, there could be, like I said, 3 different women whose curls look exactly the same. They're all the same complexion. They're using the same product, but everybody's hair is going to react differently to those products. Why is that? That is not because everybody's different. It what works for you won't work for her. No, that's a stupid statement. It is. What really makes sense is each woman is different. One woman will have low porosity hair, one person will have high porosity hair, and one woman will have normal porosity hair. So the same product is going to work differently on all 3 women. This is why it is imperative that you learn your science, right? When we say everybody's different, that is true in a certain sense. Yes, everybody's different, but the base is the same. Everybody has a different slang depending on what state they come from in the United States. Everybody's different. People from the D talk different than people from New York do. People from New York talk different than people from Georgia do. But everybody's the same human. Okay, like the different things in us, the places that we grow up make us different, but we're all the same. And it is the same thing with our hair. And it is your lack of understanding with that makes you an easy target. Because you believe that everybody is different, because you believe that there are other women who don't look like you, who have things that you don't have, then you automatically believe the narrative when they say everybody's different. No, it's not true. Okay, when I'm telling you guys not to put herbs and stuff in your scalp, I am coming from a place where I was too a person who thought that just because I put stuff in my body, I can put it in my hair. No, I fell in love with herbs and I started studying more to become an herbalist, and I haven't stopped because the complexity of herbs is so powerful and we don't understand. Most people don't understand that almost every single pharmaceutical drug they have in their closet was taken and extracted from an herb. We don't understand the properties of herbs. For example, yes, there will be a product that contains coconut oil that works amazing on your head. It is not because they use the same coconut oil that you got at Costco or Walmart. They put it inside of a machine and they only took out the pieces of the coconut that they wanted to use. As a chemist, you are trained to be able to isolate certain properties of certain herbs, and when you eliminate those properties, you can just use those by themselves and throw the rest away. And that is what they do when they make products. They're not using the same coconut oil in your house, and that's the problem with YouTube, because most women who make YouTube videos are only doing it from a surface level and they haven't went into every part of the field. They only know it from a product reference, right? From a state of vanity metric. But at the end of the day, the worst thing that you can do with hair care is to completely drench it with products. That's the worst thing you can do. You say you're talking right, Cyn. I went to cosmetology school and I still got sucked in. So I understand exactly what you're talking about. Had to clean I was about to say clear for whatever reason. Had to clean shave off all of my hair because of hair shaft holes. Shake my head. Now I'm mad. I have to throw away hundreds of dollars of all sorts of concoctions and herbs. Thanks for sticking with the message. Listen, the reason that I shared this is because most women are confused because there are licensed cosmetologists, and I'm not attacking you, boo. Thank you for your honesty and your transparency, but there are so many licensed cosmetologists that are teaching wrong, just like there are doctors that teach wrong. So I understand that it's confusing because in one breath you have almost all YouTubers, every black woman that you see that represents you online is telling you that you have to wet your hair on a regular basis. That's the only way that you can have moisture and all of these things, packing products, the lock method, all of that. And then when you go into the hair salon, you also have licensed professionals that are toting the same stuff that they're toting online. But what y'all don't understand is they're not toting that because it's fact. Some professionals probably won't like it when I say this, but at the end of the day, it's a business. So if the majority of their clients are paying attention and listening to the YouTubers, the people that are in your city understand that your favorite YouTuber, A, don't do hair. She making her money off brand deals. And B, lives nowhere near you. So they transform into your favorite YouTuber and what they're saying the same way that product lines do. But what you will notice, there are certain product lines that don't feed into the BS. OLAPLEX has been around forever. You've never seen them introduce coconut oil as a main objective for a product. No, they stick with their same exact molecule. They don't mess with that molecule, and it is what it is. And that's something that I really want everybody to pay attention to, because that is where all of the confusion comes from. You're going to be confused. There will always be somebody that is searching the market trying to see what the best money grab is. The same way you have all of these scammers, on the spiritual channels, and all of these different scammers, like, hey, click this link. And why is that? They can see that people are desperate for money. So they get inside of people's channels and they make fake pages with your favorite YouTuber or whatever picture on it and name, and they know because there is desperation and because it is a face of somebody that you trust, they can get your money. It's a easy two-step process. And so if you understand the science of hair, if you understand how everything goes, then you won't be played. And so we have a whole bunch of videos coming, but I did want to come on here and address this because of the person that made that comment, like, oh, you used to talk about coconut oil and stuff like that. It's like, bro, at one time when I was a little girl, real little girl, I used to eat boogers too. I'm sure you used to eat boogers too, but the older you got, you learn like, hey, I don't think you're supposed to do that. I don't think we're supposed to be eating boogers. That's kind of dusty. And it's the same thing. Like in cosmetology school, you pretty much learn the basics. You learn the basics, and it is up to you to decide to go and spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on your education, or thousands of dollars on your education. It's up to you. But all cosmetologists don't do that. Some cosmetologists, if not the majority of them, continue their education on YouTube just like you. So at that point, it is now your responsibility to A, learn the science of the human body. When you learn the science of the human body, it's easy for you to avoid certain types of hairstylists. But because y'all don't know the science of the human body, then it is like it's easy for y'all to get played. And everybody's different. No, everybody's gonna hit the ground and go lickety splat and turn into human jam if they jump out of a plane with no parachute. Gravity is gravity for everybody. Everybody, regardless of the race of anything, everybody has a sebaceous gland. Some is more active than others, right? Some have more active sweat glands than others. Some people's hair can absorb the sebum that comes out of the scalp more than others, but the basis of the science of hair remains the same. No matter what your favorite product line tells you, or no matter what your favorite YouTuber tells you, they do not change the science of the human body. And the reason that nobody can figure out a regimen that works for them is because people are constantly trying to change and shift the human body, and you don't don't do that. For example, I have so many women that are like, oh, hey, I use OLAPLEX 0, number 2. I use all the OLAPLEX, and then I use OLAPLEX number 9. Put my rollers in, but my hair is still frizzy. It's something wrong with OLAPLEX. No, it's not. Don't get mad at me. It's something wrong with you. You're not reading. OLAPLEX does not promote itself to be a bond they promote themselves to be a bond reconstructor. They don't promote themselves to be a setting lotion. It's not a setting lotion. No, there is no label on any OLAPLEX product that says setting product. But see, I teach you guys so much about the hydrogen bond, and about the hydrogen bond being the one bond that is broken and set by water, by the removal or the addition of water. The hydrogen bond is either broken or set, right? So because I go so hard on giving you guys that information, it seems like I'm just trying to drill it in your head. No, if you understand how the hydrogen bond works, then you would then understand what product to pick doing a roller set, right? You could go in there, and based on the science of the human body that you know how to pick out a product. Perfect example. What did I just say? Write this down. Everybody that's listening to the sound of my voice, write this down. When you are doing a roller set, write that down. Roller set, put set in all caps. A roller set, you need a foam setting lotion. You'll see roller setting lotion or setting foam. Whenever you see the word setting on a product, that means that the product was formulated to reset the hydrogen bond. It's simple. Hair care is simple. In a beauty shop, in a beauty supply store, the products are labeled as they are, like, exactly for what they're meant to do. You know why? I know that for a fact. It's law. By law, they have to put on that bottle exactly what it is able to do, exactly what it is meant to do. So you're not going to get, I don't care what YouTuber told you what. You do not go get a cream, right? A twisting cream or a gel for a roller set. No, you don't reset the bond with gel. You reset the bond with a product that a chemist formulated to reset the hydrogen bond, right? And so after you set that hydrogen bond, once those rollers are dry, because at this point, if you're doing a roller set, the only thing you need, shampoo, conditioner, leave-in conditioner, setting foam. Anytime you've ever went to a hair salon and got a roller set or a flexi rod set, a good one, not one that get her information from YouTube, the only thing that the hairstylist is going to put in your hair is a leave-in conditioner and a foam, and then she's going to put those rollers in, take those rollers out, wrap it in a circle, put some serum on it first, wrap it in a circle, sit you back under the dryer. That's what my mom used to get. I've been getting my hair done every 2 weeks since I was like 9. Every 2 weeks, I would get a flat iron, right? And mind you, I have never had heat damage, ever. And when I was little, she wasn't using a flat iron. She was using a Marcel iron. So the heat damage could be colossal. But I never had any, ever. And then my mom would get a roller wrap where she got her hair shampooed, deep conditioned, or just regular conditioner. She sprayed leave-in conditioner on my mom's head, combed through, put those rollers in with the foam wrap. She put the foam setting lotion on each piece, put the rollers in. My mama set under the dryer. By the time my mom was done getting her hair dried all the way, she was done blow drying, flat ironing my hair and everything. And then my mom would come from under the dryer. She would take her from under the dryer with take her rollers out, put some foam in her hand, comb my mom's curls out, wrap her hair in a circle again, and put my mom back under cool air for 15 minutes. Then she would take my mom from under the dryer, comb her hair out, and my mom had a bomb ace roller wrap. Done deal. Why is that? Marilyn was her name. I remember her. She was one of the coldest hairstylists I ever had. She did hair in her basement. All right, had her whole basement set up like a shop. And with Marilyn, she did my mom a roller set, and she did me with a flat iron and a Marcel iron. Neither me or my mother ever had heat damage, but she used a foaming setting wrap to set my mother's hair with water. But then she set my hair with a blow dryer. But it's the same thing. She set the hydrogen bond back with the hooded dryer for my mom and set it back for me with the blow dryer. It's the same thing. Neither my mother's hair or my hair was ever damaged. My hair wasn't thin at all. My hair was even thicker than my mom's because I was younger. Okay, so it's all about the patterns and the routines that we're following. And the reason that most of y'all can't get ahead is because you have scalp inflammation and different scalp disorders. Why do you have scalp disorders? You have scalp disorders like dandruff, seborrheic dermatitis, and all of these other disorders because you continuously put product on the scalp. You're continuously blocking the follicle. You think that you need these different oils and butters for your hair to thrive, and you do not. Because once my mom went home from her roller wrap, my mother would never put anything on her hair. My mother wasn't in the kitchen playing in her hair. Like, it was not a thing, guys. It wasn't a thing. So for me saying all of this, we then need to do the process of elimination. Like, what is going on? Like, there's something missing, because the generation of women that came before us knew how to roller set without layering 50 million products on their hair. They had healthy hair without layering products. She said that OLAPLEX 4C is a game changer. I suffered from seborrheic dermatitis for years, and even though I stopped putting oils on my scalp a while ago, I would still experience flare-ups. But that OLAPLEX 4C, I'm guessing that's what that was. Child, it worked so good that I even felt my scalp tingle. It was like my scalp could breathe again. Thank you for the recommendation. No problem. I know that I'm always toting OLAPLEX to y'all. I'm not a product pusher. The second OLAPLEX do something wrong, I'm be like, OLAPLEX, But at the end of the day, they have not failed yet. And I've been using OLAPLEX since before I got my license, and I've been a licensed cosmetologist for 17 years. They've been true to it. They haven't switched up. They haven't sold their business to nobody. Like, OLAPLEX is the GOAT, period. Now, OLAPLEX is a different type of clarifying shampoo, right? OLAPLEX 4C, they are not getting into curl typing with y'all. OLAPLEX 4 is the number of the shampoo, and C stands for clarify. Holla at your girl. Holla at your boy. They are not doing that stupid stuff. Okay, but see, the good thing about OLAPLEX 4C is the fact that it has so many different clarifying properties and the molecules. It's all about the molecule, guys. I made other videos telling y'all OLAPLEX is not a protein. OLAPLEX is a molecule. And the reason that I'm telling you that is because molecules make proteins. Your hair is a protein. Your hair is made up of a protein called keratin. So the molecule that OLAPLEX is goes within the protein that is made up of molecules, and it replaces and replenishes some of the molecules that make up your hair shaft. That's what OLAPLEX is about, right? But the thing that makes its clarifier super bomb and super A1 is that that molecule is in there, and its clarifier, most clarifiers only work on the surface level of your hair, right? Only on the surface level. They barely go into the cuticle to detoxify. But with OLAPLEX combines that same molecule that can get deep into the cortex of your hair shaft where all of your bonds live, right, in the first place, and it clarifies whatever's in there. So everybody who has been all coconut oiling it up, putting all of these different products, apple cider vinegar, rice water, if you a person who has the inner cortex of your hair shaft boned down with rice water and all of these different products, OLAPLEX 4C's molecule is small enough to go deep within the hair shaft to remove any product buildup. So you somebody that's been doing the lock method for a long time, sis, bro, you can use this, go deep into the follicle. Everybody who's been writing me like, Cyn, what can I do to get rid of apple cider vinegar and all of the different stuff, everything. We don't have to keep going over with the Team Natural. Hey, you know what it is. If you need help removing stuff through the inner part of the cortex of the hair shaft, awesome sauce. So a clarifier that's going to get deep into the follicle, remove all of the toxins, and help you rebuild some of the bonds, baby, it's a winner. And that's just for the cuticle. It also goes deep, deep, deep within the follicle to remove any heavy oils that you are been putting in there. If you are a person who has been greasing the scalp heavily with Blue Magic or just anything, any type of petroleum-based products. If you've been, again, putting coconut oil on the scalp or any thick oil, any thick comedogenic oil. Comedogenic means an oil's ability to block the pore or the follicle, right? So if you've been using any type of heavy oil, OLAPLEX 4C will go deep within the hair's follicle. Because remember, if it can go deep within the hair's cortex, within the hair's cuticle, right, it can definitely go within the hair's follicle, within the scalp, right? So OLAPLEX 4C is going to go in there and just start breaking up all of those fatty deposits, all of that bacteria, all of that excess yeast that we've been talking about in my last couple of videos. Make sure you check the links in the description box below. But it's going to break up all of those things. Now, you do not have to use OLAPLEX 4C. But I know so many people always ask, Cyn, what can I do? What are some actionable steps I can take? Everybody can't book a one-on-one consultation with me, and I understand that, right? It's fine. But you guys, you can go ahead and get you some OLAPLEX 4C and go from there. I really recommend, obviously, if you're going to do a clarifier, you want to then follow that up with a deep conditioning treatment, right? So the deep conditioning is OLAPLEX 4.8, if I'm not mistaken. So it's super cool. You can get OLAPLEX 4C, and then you can couple that with OLAPLEX 8. And then once you add my code, which is _ I am Cyn Doll _ all of the information will be left in the description box. Once you add that and this $16 kit, link in the description box again, to the cart, then you will get the kit for free, and you will go ahead and get OLAPLEX 4C and OLAPLEX 8. The free kit that you get, ooh, that rhyme, the free kit that you get is OLAPLEX 0 and OLAPLEX number 3. Now, if you are a person who's repairing your hair, baby, this is everything. You're going to be able to have a bond reconstructive treatment, and this amount, as long as you use the product sparingly and you're not dumping all of it in your head in one sitting, in my opinion, this is enough. This free kit is enough to do minimum 2 different treatments, right? So I really, really, really recommend it, you guys. But remember, always comment below, leave me your questions, and I will help you guys get, you know, out of whatever you're in. But I just wanted to do this video really quick because I think some people like to put me in the same category as other people. I'm not out here like, oh, me versus this person. And listen, if you don't want me to, I don't even want to use the phrase like, oh, come up against you, because I'm not coming against nobody. But if you don't want me to speak on something, or if you don't want anybody to speak on something, you have to really be cautious of the love and the passion that other people have. My love and passion is so much bigger than having followers and fans on YouTube, right? Some people want to be popular to the people that are alive right now, right? And this is about to sound so weird. Some people are pressed about people right now knowing their name and about the people that are alive right now. But for me, I see it so much bigger than that. I think it's because I have 2 children, right? But it's like, I'm thinking about the fact that soon, right, by the time I am in my 50s or 60s, I'll go older than that. By the time I'm like 80 or 90, just imagine, though, there will be a whole new generation that will be in the state that I'm in right now. And if there are more people like me who actually study the human body, then 100 years from now, women are still going to be in the same exact spot that we in right now, putting rice nipple juice in their hair, putting apple cider vinegar in their hair, becoming burgers and cheeseburgers and macaroni Dorito sandwiches. It's like, bro, no, my purpose is so much bigger than views on YouTube, than people liking me or anything. I'm doing this for my kids. So when my daughter is 30, 40 years old and she go back on YouTube, my daughter's gonna be like, my mama was one of the ones that had her own mind. My mother was one of the ones that followed the science of the human body and tried to teach my generation to do better, so they not walking around begging for stuff, thinking that they're less than, thinking that there's something about them that's so wrong that has to be manipulated. No, my purpose is to put this information out here so when I'm gone, girls will know, women will know that everything that they need to get to the level that they want to get to already lives within them, and they don't need not a piece of rice nipple juice or nothing. All you have to do is shampoo your hair, condition it, have a leave-in conditioner to protect your hair from the environment around you, set the bond back, and leave your hair alone until it's time for wash day. Lastly, before we go, people like to make the comment like, oh, Indian women, they use butters and they use herbs in their hair, but you know what else they do? They wash their hair every day. They don't put herbs in their hair and then walk around for 6 months without washing their hair with a bonnet on. Like, it doesn't happen, baby. They understand that herbs are meant to treat the body. It's not meant to be left there because they're powerful. And you cannot manipulate the human body or herbs that they come from the earth. I love you.
Trust that exactly where you are is where you're meant to be. So keep your chin up so your crown doesn't fall. Remember,